All right, folks, welcome to Louis Riel School Division and the LRSD broadcast of the South Central Athletic Conference. Varsity boys, third place game between the Glen Lawn Lions and the JH Bruns Broncos. We are just under the voice of Phil Hayback, the in-house announcer. So again, this is the third place varsity boys game. Our third place varsity girls game just concluded with the JH Bruns Broncos winning in a 4-set match over the Steinbach Regional Sabres. We're just introducing the starting lineups here for the boys. We'll bring those to you as we get the match underway. And I'm always impressed, Josh, with these, anybody that sings the national anthem, but without any accompaniment or anything to stand there and, fully exposed singing the national anthem. Full credit to Angelina, one of the students here at College Jean Sauvé.
Yeah, she did a fantastic job.
Yeah. All right, the game is now under the match is now under the leadership of our officials. Teams come together at the net. So our starting lineup for the Glen Lawn Lions: number 13, Matt Campbell; number 1, Ethan Boniak; who else is in the front row there? He's busy wiping his shirt off.
18.
That's number 18, Liam Boziak. Number 4, Chris Shadoway. Libero coming in, number 7, John Hebert. Who else we got out there?
Number 17, did you say Matt Rollick?
Matt Rollick. And number 2, Paxton Malcolm. For JH Bruns, back to serve. We've got number 10, Mark Adino. I know the setter is Blake Treffner, number 7. Also starting is number 1, Josh Peterson. He's in the front row. Number 11, Christopher Bissant. Good joust there. Ball stays alive. Ball kept alive by the libero. Good save by the Lions. Just a little mistiming there. Glenlawn earns the first point.
What a rally to start us off there. Good defense, a little scramble play on both sides.
At this rate, we're going to need a pillow, Josh. We're going to be here for the night.
8:30 start will be generous for final match of the day. There's some better timing from the middle there. 11. Bassant there. Good connection with the setter that time.
Back to serve is Christopher Bassant, as we say his name. Big swing there by Matt Campbell. Off hands, out of bounds. He will be their go-to swing for the Lions. Back on the service line, that's number 1, Ethan Baniak. Treffner with the back row attack. And back to serve for the Broncos, number 7, Blake Treffner.
Nice serve.
Nice controlled serve off the tape. A little fortunate, but Bruns goes up 3-2 early in this first set. Mixes it up, goes across to position 1. Matt Campbell rips one down the line.
Yeah, great action on that ball. Turning that one down the line. Might have been out of bounds, but it hit the libero anyways, so if you're going to miss, you might as well hit somebody.
Yeah.
Nice serve.
Big hard spin serve by Matt Campbell with the ace. Toss a little far out in front of him. Can't get up on top, out the back door. Back to serve for the Broncos. Number 1, Josh Peterson. We're tied at 4. Good swing there by the right side by Bruns. That's number 17, Matt Rollick. Earns himself a spot at the, no, that's Chris Shadoway going back to serve for the Lions.
Just
pick up the libero's number there, Josh.
Number 19.
Well, we're not sure who that is. We don't have a 19 on our score.
What do we have? We have.
I wonder if that's
Jared Saragusa.
I think by process of elimination, I think you are correct.
I don't see a 15
No.
sitting on the bench. Maybe they're missing their libero jersey tonight.
Until we know otherwise, our libero for Jake Bruns will be Jared Saragusa.
Couple good runs in the middle so far for Bruns, trying to establish that and help out their outside blockers as the match goes on. Hopefully holding Glen Lawn's middles a little bit longer.
Back to serve, Lucas Stepek. Clean up on aisle 10, as they say. That's number 10 with the putback. That's Mark Odino.
Well done.
Back row to Campbell.
Nice hands on that block there from Bruns, directing it back in court.
Stepek still serving, tied at 7s. Good isolation set there by Boniak for Glen Lawn. Gives his right side a free swing. That's Matt Rollick back to serve now. Just out of bounds. From number 2, that's Mitch Piers. This is the 3rd place of the SCAC, the South Central Athletic Conference Varsity 4A League. Nice tip there by number 10, Mark Odino for the Broncos. Subs for the Lions coming in, that's number 11, Ben Doan. Playing some back row. Pretty fair set there by Boniak, pushing it all the way across.
Yeah, he got pushed
pin.
all the way to 2, almost a 9-meter set there. He did a good job getting it out there.
Yeah,
timing was a little off.
Assistant coach from Glen Lawn just remind his hitter to get his reach up. A little power push there. Ooh. That was 9+ meters, probably about a half a meter too far for the
just
outside
tight
setter.
There.
Yeah. That's Paxton Malcolm with the serve and then the dig. Campbell with the heads up push to the deep line. And 1 for the point.
Yeah, great choice there.
Yeah. Good dig there by Doan coming in. Matt Campbell with an inside set off the tape. Good dig there by the libero. Off hands.
Yeah, great choice to put that over on 2. Caught the defense out of position and saw him watch that ball. That's actually a pretty good set and decided to take a rip on it.
So Audino with the missed serve. Serving for Glen Lawn Lions, number 18, that's Liam Bosiak. Right idea to mix it up there by Treffner with the back row attack, but Glen Lawn's point. 3-point lead. Couple one-handed touches there by both players.
Tight pass. You just teed it up there and then didn't quite get it up high enough, so middle player tipped it over. A little bit of serving struggles here to start this game on Bruns' side.
So Doan is out, and 17, that's Matt Rollick back in for the front row. On the service line, the setter for the Lions is number 1, Ethan Boniak. Earned himself a kill.
Coach Funk wants to talk about it.
Yep.
They're just
try and keep it
within reach here.
Within reach here at 15-11. So this is our first time out. Again, we'd like to thank the students and staff here at College Jean Sauvé for hosting our Night of Champions. And if you're first time tuning in to LRSD TV, we're glad to have you here. This broadcast is brought to you by the students of the Broadcasting Media course at Riel Arts and Tech Center under the guidance of Ken Plaintick. They do a fantastic job. They turn a group of students over every semester. So we're 12 weeks into the school year. They're broadcasting our conference finals. They've done the St. Patel Invitational tournament. They've done the high school bowl games last week. So I can guarantee, Josh, that they're much happier being indoors as opposed to outdoors at Investors Group last Thursday, Friday. It was two chilly nights, but full credit to them. And again, folks, this is for their credit. So it's volunteer. They're not getting paid to do this, but they are just learning so much about the trade. Josh Peterson there with the deep shot.
Great out of system set on Glenlawn's side there. I think it was number 2, Paxton Malcolm there. Putting it up there for Campbell to go up and have a rip on and extend their lead to 5.
Good swing there by Josh Peterson. Treffner put it in his wheelhouse. Treffner back to serve. Back to Campbell off the right side. I'm not sure what Matt Campbell's height is, but he's long.
Yeah, definitely. Well, probably 6'2", 6'3", and long arms.
Yeah.
Pretty good jump. So yeah, he's playing well above the net.
They're going to get a free swing coming back at it. Off tip.
Yeah, good call by the official there. Definitely caught a piece of the block.
And Coach Funk taking a second timeout at 18-12. Matt Campbell come back to the service line when we come back into the game. And we've got our floor camera heading over to the Glen Lawn timeout. You're going to see lots of different angles. You're going to see a replay package here, folks. Again, if you haven't tuned into LRSD TV, you're going to be treated to just a wonderful broadcast of camera work and replays brought to you by the students on the cameras and then the production crew behind the scenes. So just a really first-class setup. You know, our host Graham was doing the interview at the top of this broadcast, and now he's on the cable crew for our floor camera. So
well, nice to see him be aggressive after a timeout. He went after it.
Again, as we talked about in our first match that we broadcast, those aren't you know, it's a missed serve, but it's better to be there on the back end than into the net, and it still forces the other team to make a decision. Back-to-back kills by
Matt Rollick there.
Matt Rollick, yep.
It's a good swing.
Head coach for the Glen Lawn Lions, Russ Harder, and for the Broncos, oh, good save there, is Chris Funk. We were just commenting before the game, congratulating Dad Funk. He's a new dad, so he's looking relatively rested, but
yeah, he looked pretty good today.
Yeah.
Says sleeping's coming along, so.
I'd like to congratulate Chris and his wife Leah and the addition of their little guy Weston. Oh. Little rush play there by Adino.
So we have a setter change coming to the Bruns side here.
Yeah.
Number 12.
That's
Brian Torr coming in to set. Grade 11 student.
Yeah, a little bit of spark there. Get the serve back. Now they're just going to have to chip away. We're going to have to outscore them at the rate of 3-1 to stay in the game here. On the service line, that's number 16, Luka Stepik.
I'm guessing that's at least their 4th missed serve this set.
I believe you're right, Josh.
Maybe 5th, so they're going to be looking to clean that up as the match goes on. Keep the pressure on Glenlawn's side-out game.
Rollick on the service line for the Lions. Off the hands of Siragusa, the libero. And into the game is number 4 for Bruns. That's Danon Espinel. Out of the game is number 2, Mitch Piers. So with no timeouts, Coach Funk is just trying to clutch and grab and claw his way back into a couple points here, get a little bit of momentum.
That'll help.
Yep. Subs, that's Ben Doan back in to play back row defense for Matt Rollick. Back on the service line, number 4, our newest sub, it's Danon Espinel.
Who is listed as pretty much every position on the roster.
Yes, Josh, I was just looking at that. Yeah. Right idea for the line. He just turned line and swung line, and end result, we have number 2, that's Paxton Malcolm, possible set point here for the Glen Lawn Lions. Yeah. Oh, good effort there by Josh Peterson after making a dig, but Glen Lawn takes that first set, 25-15 here in the first set of the 3rd place varsity boys final, our night of champions. So the Broncos will be looking to hit the delete button and
restart.
Restart.
For sure there. Wasn't the serving or
no.
Few errors on their attacking they probably would like back as well, but
when you're playing a best of 5, you know, that's the beauty. If you lose that first set, you get a chance to regroup. So
and Glenlawn will be just looking to say they played fairly error-free on their side. They played well, kept things under control, and
spread the ball around. So, Ethan Baniak, the setter, did a good job of distributing the ball in that first set. You're looking to continue that in the second set here. I see the varsity girls from Jean Sauvé and the varsity girls from Dakota Collegiate are now in the house. They are up next in the SCAC Varsity Girls Championship match. Clearly the winner of that match will be going on to represent SCAC in the provincials, but there's a good chance that whoever's not successful tonight will at least get a wild card game to play, if not a wild card spot outright with their overall season record. Yeah,
both teams have been ranked top 10 virtually all season, I believe. So they'll be in a good shape. Whoever doesn't come out on top of that one to still get another crack at things at provincials, I guess, starting next week.
Yeah, the regionals will go next weekend. We are hosting those at College Jean Sauvé, and then Dakota Collegiate will be the site of the boys. The round of the quarterfinals will go on, no, it'll actually be the round of 12 on Friday, and then quarterfinals on Saturday. That's a week from today. And then we'll be back with live coverage of the regional or the semifinals for provincials from Investors Group Athletic Center. So you can tune back into LRSDTV and see exactly when those broadcasts are going to take place. So it is Glen Lawn serving to start the second set with number 2 on the line. That's Paxton Malcolm. Treffner back into set for the Broncos. Matt Campbell up on top of that one, puts it to the floor.
We have Peterson asking for a sub here from the coach, grabbing in one of his knees when he's on the floor.
Yeah, that scrambled dig at the back at the end of that first set.
Funny from that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully everything's okay with him. He'll be able to get back in there, but he just needs a little rest now. Number 4 coming in from Espinal again there.
Yeah.
Filling one of his many roles as a left side player this time.
Yeah, filling in for P1, so he's got his work cut out for sure. Goes back row to Adino. Good swing there. Okay.
Great swing there, yeah. Just awkward play at the net, and the timing was off, and set the ball and the net at the same time there. Great back row swing, though, from Bruns there.
Piers with the pass. Doan looking line, but unable to convert. Pardon me, that's Espinal.
Espinal,
Doan's on the other side.
Coach Funk's taking an early timeout, just trying to settle his guys down. A few errors early on.
Yeah. Again, it's not too late, folks, to get down here to College Jean Sauvé on Dakota Street here in Winnipeg to watch the Varsity Night of Champions. We're only into the second set here of the third place match. We have 2 more after this. The varsity girls will take place probably 15-20 minutes after the conclusion of this match, and that will be the number 2 ranked College Jean Sauvé Olympians taking on the number 7 provincially ranked Dakota Lancers, followed by the varsity boys final with the number 2 ranked Dakota Lancers taking on the number 3 ranked Steinbach Sabres in the varsity boys final.
That's a tough matchup, 2 and 3 playing in the same league in the final. Should be a good game to watch.
And down the road at Dakota in the JV Night of Champions, it was in the 3rd place game. It was the reversal of what we had here. It was the Steinbach Sabres over the Bruns Broncos in the JV girls.
Good serve there, good spot on the court. Handcuffed the libero, number 7 for Glenlawn, Hebert, but took
nice
that one with his hands. Yeah, good adjustment.
Tough to stop. You know, like I said before, a big jump, reaches nice and high. Lots of pace and spin on the ball. Piers with the pass. Treffner just struggling a little with his placement. His hitters are having a hard time locating the ball. It's, you know.
Except for the first rally, he's found his middles pretty well, and so it might feel a little bit more comfortable getting into a rhythm going back in the middle, and then he start locating his outsides a little bit more consistently for his hitters. It's a good run there by him.
Pass there by Paxton. Big high reach on that block by Campbell. Turns it back into play. Gets rewarded, puts the ball down.
Yeah, he's been a force on the left side.
Yeah.
For Glen Lawn so far.
Glen Lawn up 7-3 here in the second set. They did take the first set, so. Pierce looking for the touch, but appears to be none, so Glen Lawn still serving. With the setter on the line, that's Ethan Boniak. Libero with the pass. Good chest pass there by the Libero for Glen Lawn.
Sometimes you get a
Kept
dig
the ball in play. All you need,
position.
yeah, get your body in front of it. So they were able to convert that. They're up 9-3. Nice solo block there. Looks like Coach Funk's going to call a timeout. Yes, he is.
Yeah, just trying to keep things close here. 7-point gap. It's not insurmountable, but they got to start getting some few more positive plays on their side.
Yeah, they're going to have to earn some of their own as opposed to errors coming from the other side. So
yeah, like Glenlawn did make a lot of mistakes in the first set, and they haven't started off making any this set. So yeah, Bruns will have to earn a few more of their own points and keep putting pressure on Glenlawn to make a couple errors.
Yeah, it's nice to see some of the Zed staff and administration out from the Lions watching their varsity boys. I'm not sure if we'll have these officials for the entire night. Usually we wouldn't. We'd probably have a turnover, but it's hard for them to predict how long these matches because they may end up going somewhere else. But
that's right.
We'll see.
It's a long night for.
It is a long night.
2 officials to run the whole.
Because the pace and the intensity is just going to ramp up every match as we go through the night too. So. It is Boniak on the back line. Just a little underset, and Campbell was all over that one, puts it back to the floor.
Yeah, he was up early on that block and well over the net, taking away the angles.
Well read. Piers with the second set. Great play there by Boniak to play it off the net. Dino with the free pass. Rollick cross court. Yeah. Broncos are just having a hard time getting that ball consistently for their hitters.
Yeah, when you're trying to run stuff with a little bit of pace to it and location becomes that much more important. They have less time to adjust.
Another cleanup by Campbell off the block. They kept it alive. He puts it to the floor. So a comfortable 13-3 lead here by the Lions here in the second set. Medina with the hand pass. Good job there by Stepik off the hands of Campbell to score.
Yeah, good job going back to what has been successful for them so far is their middle attack. Good adjustment.
Yep, Espinel back to serve here. Great roll play there by Matt Campbell.
Yeah, great change of pace. He's crushed the last 7.
Good, yeah.
Changed up the pace on that one. Caught the defense on their heels a little bit.
Good to see Josh Peterson back on the floor. Hopefully, whatever was nagging him there, he's able to get back at it. Campbell with a big pull on that serve, but out the back door. So that's going to be Lucas Stepik back to serve. Paxton Malcolm for the Lions with the pass and then the kill. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Just fell in down behind the blocker there.
So second official with the help call and calling that one in. Rollick putting the ball in. Dino into the net on that one. Back to serve for the Lions. That's number 4, Chris Shadway. take there by Peterson. Rollick's being effective. That's
I believe you were right, 17 there.
Yeah, Matt Rollick being effective off the right side there for the Lions. And the middle for the Lions doing a nice job anticipating. That's Liam Bosiak with a solo block.
Figured out a little bit that's what Bruns is trying to go, and got up early.
Yeah.
Got up on his attacker and made a great block.
Just out the back. Good call by the Broncos. Back to serve is Mitch Pears back on the service line for Coach Funk. Great ISO set there by Boniak.
They went all the way across the net. Very well done. Coach Harder enjoyed that one as well. Gave his setter a look there. Very impressed.
Couple good hits up play by both players there to not let the ball drop. Oh. Tight ball to swing on. This is Mark Odino back to serve. Coming into the game again is Mr. Danon Espinel. Trying to give Josh Peterson a break on his leg.
Yeah, he was moving a little gingerly in the back row there.
Treffner with the dump. Ball's picked up.
Oh, nice spot.
Good heads up play there by the middle, Liam Bosiak. Again, a comfortable commanding 19-8 lead here for the Lions in the second set.
Service ace there. Good effort from Treffner, the setter there, but unable to track it down before it hit the antenna. It's a good reception.
Yeah. Odino going back to corner one, and that was 19. Gavin Porco, who's into the game for Glen Lawn, recognizing it was deep and let it go.
I like that call there, going back row, trying something different. Yeah, just out of bounds.
Yep. Libero almost got tagged in his foot with that one.
Yeah.
Good rip on the ball there by Campbell.
Yeah, another one. Great angle there too.
Yeah.
Sharp to 4 or 5 there.
There you see the replay.
Heads up play by Campbell, going back to where his blocker was coming from.
Yeah, there really just isn't anyone to compete with him at the net right now.
No, he's another height at the net there.
Yeah. Can't coach height, as they say.
We got to stop that. Yeah, ball rolled onto the court. Good catch by the official.
Little tinge of red on one of our ball girls, but those things happen. That's Liam Bosiak, still serving.
Well done.
Tough swing by Odino.
Yeah, he went after that one, that's for sure.
Ended up with on the back of Stepik.
Yeah.
Got caught up, so a possible set point here. Second set taken by the Glen Lawn Lions, 25-9. So looking to regroup on the Broncos side. We'll get back to you with our third set here in a minute, but we will give you our 4A provincial power rankings for the varsity boys. At number 1 is St. Paul's Crusaders. Number 2, Dakota Lancers. Number 3, Steinbach Regional Sabres. Number 4, Vincent Massey Trojans. 5, Lord Selkirk Royals. 6, Vincent Massey Brandon Vikings. 7, Westwood Warriors. 8, Garden City Fighting Gophers. 9 is the Miles Mac Buckeyes. and number 10, the Fort Richmond Centurions. So you're going to be treated to number 2 and 3 in the province here in the Varsity Boys Final here, hopefully around 8:30, folks. So we hope you come back. You know, some traditional volleyball programs in that top 10, Josh, and then there's you know, I would say Fort Richmond, they haven't been as consistent, so it's nice to see a little different school getting a little bit of traction in the top 10. They're also in the top 10 of the JV boys, so they've got somebody on the boys program working hard over there, keeping them keeping them competitive provincially. Our first updates for you, if you're just tuning in to us, again, we're broadcasting live from College Jean Sauvé here at the South Central Athletic Conference, Night of Champions for our varsity 4A teams, and down the road at Dakota is the JV 4A Night of Champions. In the third place game in the JVs girls, it was Steinbach over the JH Bruns Broncos. And in the varsity girls third place, it was the flip of that. It was the JH Bruns Broncos defeating the Steinbach Sabres 3-1. We're just about set to get underway for set number 3. Glen Lawn up comfortably 2-0 here in the third place set of the varsity boys. So Bruns, if they're just trying to extend their season here, this is probably, in all likelihood, they're not in the top 10, so playing in the third place. Wouldn't expect them to be, you know, advancing beyond this weekend, but nonetheless, you want to keep playing as long as you can, particularly for the grade 12s. You never know what their future holds for volleyball, but it will be the end of their high school career, in all likelihood. So we want to congratulate them on their career to this point and wish them well in whatever their endeavors are moving forward.
Not the start Bruns was looking for with the serving error, but they'll look to get back at it with a good reception here.
Mitch Piers with the roll from the back row. Good rip on the ball, out the back door.
Campbell just a little bit over the block there, looking for the fingers and just overshot him. Nice dump there, Treffner.
Back on the service line, Mark Odino for the Broncos. Good job by the Glen Lawn middles. They keep coming hard and they're holding that Bronco middle blocker, giving Matt Campbell a single on the outside. He's not going to miss many of those.
No, he found the floor in a hurry with that ball.
Again, Treffner keep trying to run the middle there. Just tight ball off the side. Back to serve number 1 for the Lions, the setter, Ethan Boniak. Lions up 3-2. Piers with a good pass. He's going to get the set back.
A nice roll from Campbell.
Yeah. Tough to defend that one. He was a little bit off timing, just able to hang long enough to control it and roll it over. And Coach Funk calling that first time out here, the second set down 5-3.
Well, was it Peterson still out for the Bruns side?
Yeah.
Looks like he would have been one of their big offensive keys.
Yeah, it happened in the second set, just at the scramble at the end of the set there. It looked like he may have just kind of jammed his knee on the floor.
Yeah. So they're trying to regroup and kind of rejig probably their offensive plan, their game plan, and hopefully they can settle down and start earning some points.
Yeah.
They may need to adjust some blocking here too and start getting 2 people dedicated to Campbell, because he is having a great match so far.
Yeah, he certainly is. I would think that he might be in the contention for maybe one of our overall league all-stars for the varsity boys. I haven't seen the Lions play much this year, but if tonight's any indication of the season he's had.
Yeah, it's been an impressive showing so far.
Yeah. Still serving for the Lions, up 5-2 in the third set is Ethan Baniak. Piers with the take. He's going to get the set back. Again, Matt Rawlick got his hands all over that. On the right side block. That was Christopher Bassant looking to put the ball into position 4 off that middle attack, but a little too fine cutting that one. Piers off hands. Rawlick with the second set. Free ball over the net. Piers gets the single block. Out to Campbell.
Little sharp cut.
Yep. Nice inside out swing. Just a little deep for Rawlick on that one. The Bruns will get the serve back. That's Christopher Bassant coming into the game. Place in front row, we've got Josh Peterson. Out is Dana Espinal. Oh, pardon me, Peterson back into the back row.
Probably
great arm control by.
Probably the right decision for Bruns not to block that. He was kind of going sideways and off the net, but they didn't adjust their back row defense to move up and try to play that roll shot. And good job for Campbell for finding the floor. He just caught the end line.
Yep. Timeout number 2 by Coach Funk. So again, in addition to thanking the College Jean Sauvé students and staff for hosting, we'd like to thank Kahunaverse Sports, local store home run on Bishop Grandin. They have supported both our Louis Riel School Division and our South Central Athletic Conference. There will be player of the games awarded for each match played tonight, as well as all-stars. So those are supported by and provided by Kahuna Sports. So again, Mike Ham and the rest of the ownership group and staff out at the Bishop Grandin store, we'd certainly like to thank them for their support. It really is interesting to watch the workings of these students on the broadcast. You know, trying to figure some things out on their own, but helpful, and because they know at the end it's a broadcast that has to be on air, so they're getting it figured out.
Yeah, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Lots of different angles and replays. And
yeah.
Always impressed with the job the crew does.
Treffner with the serve.
Oh, nice save.
Yep. Maybe a little spark that they need. Nice put back on Campbell there. I think that's the first time he's been blocked tonight off the anywhere.
I would say so, yeah.
You know, that might take a little bit of the sting away on Peterson's knee too. Rawlick's having himself a nice, quiet, little successful evening off that right side tonight.
Oh yeah, he's been good.
Got a single there. Peterson with another big block. So
a little spark from Peterson back in the front row.
Yep.
See how long he can go for. He's grabbing at his knee. If feel for him.
Yeah, he's nice block there by Mitch Pierce. So they're starting to get their hands on the ball at the net, and that's the first time out taken tonight by Coach Harder of the Glen Lawn Lions. So Bruns trying to scrap their way back into this third set, down 7-10, but certainly the last 3 or 4 points have been going their way.
Yeah, some great net play from Bruns. Finding a way to earn some points for themselves there, which has been great. It's kind of what they need to revitalize their energy on their side of the court.
Yeah, absolutely. So back to serve for Bruns is still number 7, setter Blake Treffner. Good dig there by Adino.
Great dig in the backcourt, yeah.
Yep. Right idea by number 2, but the ball just hadn't broken the plane according to the up official and called him for over the net.
Yeah, fortunate call for the Bruns.
Nice control there, good dig up. Rollick down the line.
Great swing.
Yep. Thought he's back to service line, but he still gets the swing in the front because it's his teammate number 4, that's Chris Chaudette.
Tough play for Treffner there. Good effort on his part.
Yeah.
Try to tee it up for his middle blocker, but
Siragusa, the libero, is having a hard time passing ball here, so we'll see if they keep going at him.
Good reception
there. Made an adjustment there. Espinel with the roll deep. Mark Odino with a big swing off the back.
Net call, sailed out of bounds, but blockers on the net.
Oh, they're keep themselves in this one. Mitch Pierce back on the service line. Paxton Malcolm with the pass. Deep shot. Odino with the roll, well played by Boniak. Secondary set to the back row attack by Campbell. Campbell with the pass. Good heads up by Liam Bosiak there, saw the block, wiped it off, scores. Pierce with the pass, goes back to Espinel. Espinel with the second set. Odino.
Good little sequence for Odino there.
Yeah, that's Ben Doan in the back row for the Lions. Rollick taking a break. Stepek serving for the Broncos. Oh, just a little underarm there with Bosiak. Into the tape. 2-point match. A 2-point difference in this set. Oh. Both called, just neither one vocal enough, and a little miss, almost a collision there, so. Three-man serve receive here.
Backcourt to back row to Campbell. You got a hold of that one. No block up on Bruns side. I caught a little off guard.
Yeah.
Thought the ball was going to one of the front row players. I think we'll see him. He's back in the front row. Get a little bit of volume in And looks a little sequence here. So they try to pull away.
Paxton Malcolm with the ace. Good play off the net there by Bosiak. Campbell with the free ball. Treffner outside to Adino. Into the tape, point, Lions. Bit of a serving run here for Paxton Malcolm. Nice touch there by Bendone. Campbell blows that one through the block. Pierce can't handle it in the back row.
Yeah, he was in good position, just had a little bit too much pace.
Yeah.
Unable to control it.
End of the game, I think the first time is number 17 for JH Bruns. That's Chris Seco. Out of the game is number 11, Christopher Bassant. Piers with the pass, out to Adino. Rolls it, Libero takes it. Good play there by Treffner.
Nice save.
Nice save by the feet there. It just couldn't convert it, but from the frying pan into the fire there by the sub coming in. He's right in the middle of it, right off the bench. So
got right into his first rally.
Oh, there we go. That was about a 6-point serving run there for Paxton Malcolm for the Lions. So they're now up 19-13 here in the third set, up 2-0. That's Dana Espinel on the service line for the Broncos. He's getting some good balls to tag off on tonight.
Yeah, great block there on the Bruns side. Slowed it down. Just out of the reach of the libero in a 5. Almost got a hand on it, but well done.
So back into the game is Josh Peterson.
Trying to help me. Big spark last time he was in.
Yeah, had a couple big blocks in the front row.
Help his team out in the backcourt this time.
Oh. Cisco. Libero straps one on, takes it, keeps it in play. Well played by Bendone on the pancake. Treffner looking for the dump, but Campbell read that one well.
Yeah, good recognition by Campbell. Get up on that setter there. And
Captain Josh Peterson just getting some clarification from the first official. Adino off the antenna, out of bounds. 3 possible match points here with Liam Bosiak on the service line for the Lions. When it's going right, it's going right. Those are the kind of breaks you get, eh, Josh?
For sure. And in the exact same time, it's going wrong on the Bruns side.
Yeah.
Not many of those have fallen the Bruns' way tonight. And
no, unfortunate.
They, Glen Lawn, except for one little stretch there, has played really clean on their side today. And by the time Bruns came back, a few errors crept into Glen Lawn's game, but they've been very solid.
Yeah. A little bit of a push float on that attack. Didn't miss by much, though, with Campbell in deep 5. Ooh, that's a tight one, but Adino keeps the ball in play. Doan with the dig. A little inside, half-speed shot by Campbell. Treffner with the win on the joust there. Well done. Pierce goes deep. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Campbell recognized right away. He's just got to get back inside. Control. Paxton Malcolm with a nice pass. That's the one that Campbell was looking for. Treffner got a good chunk of that, just a lot of pace off hands out of bounds. Matt Rollick back in the front row for the Lions. Possible match point here with Ethan Boniak on the back line.
Nice location.
Yep, good heads up there by Chris Seco. Little tip to the pot to score. Into the line now, or back in, is Christopher Bassant, number 11. Trying to stretch this one out. Good pass there by the libero, John Hebert. Back row to Adino. And Glen Lawn takes the third place match for the South Central Athletic Conference, 3-0 over JH Bruns Broncos. So we'll keep the cameras on, keep the mics up. The convener, Mr. Pat Alexander, will be conversing with the head coaches to identify players of the game. We'll bring those to you, and then we'll get set for the varsity girls championship match between the College Jean Sauvé Olympians and the Dakota Lancers. Player of the game for JH Bruns is number 7, Blake Treffner. And for the Glen Lawn Lions, Ethan Boniak, the setter. So congratulations to both Blake and Ethan, the two setters in this match for their respective teams. So as we said, we're going to turn it down to our host, Graham, who's going to wrap up this third place boys match between Glen Lawn and JH Bruns. So we'll turn it down to Graham. He's just waiting on his partner to grab the head coach from the Glen Lawn Lions, Russ Harder, for an interview. And the varsity girls are making their way onto the court as the boys clear out. We'll reset the net. Our camera crew and production crew will get a chance to catch their breath, probably get something to eat, and then we'll be back for our 7 o'clock match between the College Jean Sauvé Olympians and the Dakota Lancers.
Here at College Jean Sauvé, Coach, congratulations on the win. How were you able to pull off such a dominant victory today?
Both teams have been really good all year, battled with them all year. They had a crucial injury that I think, really affected the outcome of that match. So it's unfortunate that really had to happen to them, and I think that played a big part in it. Our boys have just been improving throughout the year, so it's nice.
How proud are you of you and your team for taking home this third place banner?
I'm really happy. Our boys had a really slow start to the year. We got a really young team there. They've just shown lots of improvement throughout the year, and I'm really happy for them.
All right, thanks, Coach. Congratulations. That was Coach Harder of the Glen Lawn Lions as the Lions take home third place in the SCAC. Anyways, I've been your host, Graham Forsyth, for this third place game here at College Jean Sauvé. We'll now throw it up to our broadcast booth where Grant McManus and Josh Thordarson are standing by. Guys?